Hey everyone, I'm Helen and I'm here today to show you how quick and easy it is to make mashed potatoes in your Thermomix. Now, mashed potatoes is one of those dishes that can be quite time consuming, requires a little bit of muscle when you're mashing, hence why the Thermomix steps in and makes it super duper easy. Let's get started. The recipe that I've chosen today is the mashed potato for two using the blade cover peeler. Now, I've popped it into my week. I'm just going to click it on. Everybody has a different favorite mashed potatoes and there is an assortment of recipes on Cookie-Doo that you can choose from. We'll go into those a little bit later on. All right, first step is to start cooking, and we are actually going to be using our blade cover peeler. So this is actually available from the mix shop, or you can get it as a host reward when you have your own demonstration. If you're unsure on how to actually attach your blade cover peeler into the bowl, there is a little video on the screen of the Thermomix in the steps of this recipe. So you just press play and it would show you how to do it. So let me show you quickly how easy it is. We're going to lift the lid off and we're going to hold our blade cover peeler by these two little nodules on the side here. And it's going to go directly onto our blade. Give it a little twist until you see it fall into place, and that's it. Next step, we're actually going to peel our potatoes, because who wants to sit around at the sink peeling potatoes, right? Now, it's very important that you get the right potato and the right size potato. I've cut mine in half because when you order online, sometimes you don't get to control the size of your potato, right? And they're a little bit too big. It is important that they fit through the hole of the lid, like so. You want to make sure that they are the right size. The other thing that to consider is which potato you're choosing. We've got a Ruby Lou here. You can choose a Desiree if you want to, a Sebago potato, as long as they're not too waxy, because we find the waxier the potato, then the gluier and more dense your mash is going to be. Okay, we're going to put our potatoes into the bowl. You want to make sure that your scale is tared. You want anywhere between 250 to 300. You just need to keep in mind that they are going to be peeled, and so they're going to weigh less at the end. We'll press next. We want 600 of water. By the way, you can, we're doing a mashed potato for two, but when you're peeling veggies in here using the blade cover peeler, you can do up to 800 grams of veggies, which is just awesome. So we want 600 of water. And here's a tip for you. I put a little drop of oil. I'm talking just a tiny little drop, because when you're peeling potatoes, what happens is it foams up because of all the starch. And to avoid that sort of mess at the end, the drop of oil just ensures that that foam stays to a minimum. All right, in we go with our lid and measuring cup. And 4 minutes, it's got the peeler mode already on our screen. We'll engage it. That's done. 4 minutes later, let's have a look at how well it's peeled them. Oh, look at that. I'm really happy with that. What I'm going to do is strain that out through the Varoma and give them a rinse under the tap, and then we'll come back and continue with the recipe. All right, my potatoes are now being rinsed, and the best thing is that you can clean your blade cover peeler and your bowl just by rinsing both of those under the water as well. All right, now it's up to cutting our potatoes. Now, this is another area which can make a difference in whether your mashed potato turns out fantastic or just okay. You want to ensure that your potatoes are all cut to the same size, around 2 to 3 centimeters. Now that my potatoes are cut to size, we're going to move on with the recipe, and we're going to add 600 grams of water into the bowl. Okay, now there's a few different ways, as I mentioned at the beginning, to cook mashed potatoes. You can do it in the Varoma, you can do it in the mixing bowl, but in this particular recipe, we're using the simmering basket to gently steam the potatoes, especially because it's mashed potatoes for two. So there's not many potatoes there, hence why we can use our simmering basket. Now, I always align my simmering basket with the base of the lid to the handle of your bowl, and you can click it in so that it doesn't move around. All right, and we're going to pop our potatoes in there. And now they're simply going to cook, steam gently with the water that's in the base already, 20 minutes on Varoma temperature, speed 2. That's now ready. Let's have a look at our potatoes. Now keep in mind, depending on the potatoes that you've chosen, you may need to prolong that cooking time by a few minutes. To take the simmering basket out safely, you want to use the hook at the back of the spatula. Lift it out, give it a little bit of a strain. Now what I'm looking for is that the potatoes are falling apart. These ones are looking a little bit firm still, so I'm going to put it on for another couple of minutes. Okay, they now should be ready. Let's have a look. Perfect. They're just breaking apart, just as I need them to. Okay, that little trick I did with the hook of the spatula, there's also a little video on the screen of this recipe for you as well. We're going to empty out the water that's in our bowl. No need to rinse the bowl at all. And then we're going to pop our potatoes back into the mixing bowl. Here comes the flavouring, and this is where you can add your little spin on it. We're just going to go with some butter, some salt, some nutmeg, and a little bit of milk. Because keeping in mind, we've steamed those potatoes. They haven't been boiled in water, where sometimes when you're draining it, you have excess liquid that stays around, and it makes your mashed potatoes a little bit watery. We're controlling that. So we're going to pop in our pinch of salt and nutmeg. If you'd like to flavour it up, you could put some garlic, some parmesan, some truffle oil, mustard, whatever you like, whatever takes your fancy. About 1 to 2 tablespoons of milk. You could use cream if you wanted to make it a bit richer. And about a tablespoon of butter. We're going to put it up to speed 4 for about 10 seconds. And you really want to watch it here. You don't want to go any more than 10 seconds because if you over mash, that's when it can become gluey. So we'll start with 10, have a look and see if it needs any more. Look at that. Gorgeous mashed potato, exactly how I like it. All right, now all that's left is to serve it up. Now to make sure that you get every last bit of mashed potato, because you really don't want to leave any in the mixing bowl, it's way too delicious for that. We're going to pop it back on, finish our recipe and just lift it to a high speed for a few seconds. And look at that, the blade is now nice and clear and we've got another whole tablespoon and a bit of mashed potato. All that's left now is to put a little bit of garnish on top. I hope you've enjoyed that. Make sure you go and check out all the other mashed potato recipes and maybe pop down in the comments below which mashed potato recipe is your favourite.